Today I wanted to talk a little bit about what I blogged about earlier, which is watching and guarding our thoughts and watching and guarding our minds. And I've got a couple of quotes here. The first one is from Margaret Thatcher. She's actually quoting her father and said that this is what her father told her when she was growing up. Basically, it goes, watch your thoughts, for they become words. Watch your words, for they become actions. Watch your actions, for they become habits. Watch your habits, for they become your character. And watch your character, for it becomes your destiny. What we think, we become. The second one is a quote by Mahatma Gandhi, and he says, carefully watch your thoughts, for they become your words. Manage and watch your words, for they will become your actions. Consider and judge your actions, for they have become your habits. Acknowledge and watch your habits, for they shall become your values. Understand and embrace your values, for they become your destiny. And then lastly, Proverbs 4:23 in the English Standard Version says, keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flows the springs of life. So I thought those were, really wonderful things to think about today, because when I look at this is the sunshine. The sun's coming in my little office here. Wow, it's really bright. I can do this. Whoa, ouch. My necklace there, oh man, blind me. That's why I moved back a little bit. There we go. When I began my journey at 272 pounds, I really realized the second time that more was going to have to change than just my diet. I was going to really have to embrace a full life change. And that meant a revamping of my thought life, a revamping of my values, a revamping of my character. I mean, everything that those quotes talk about, starting with my thoughts, then, moving on to my words, moving on to my actions, moving on to my habits, moving on to my value and my character, and then ultimately being able to change in a sense, my health destiny from what it was. And I can say that my health destiny at this point, because I've taken those steps, at 272 pounds, walking with a cane at 40 years old, getting stuck in the turnstiles at Disney World because I was so morbidly obese, I was as round in circumference as I was tall. True story. I was as round in circumference as I was tall. So, getting stuck in the turnstiles, having to use the stroller gate, being led in with a stroller gate into the amusement park because I was too large to get in the turnstiles. I was too large, and I didn't even have a stroller. So imagine my my embarrassment. Those incidences really caused me to take a very, very tough, hard, close look at what I was spending my time on. And some of the things that really, for me, it had to start in my mind. And that's where I started my house cleaning, so to speak. It was in my mind. What I focused on, who I spent time with, my influences, what I read, again, thank you, Dr. A, what I thought about, what I watched, both on television. Well, you know what? We hadn't gotten rid of television yet when I started the journey, but I turned off the Food Network. Nothing wrong with the Food Network, but if I was constantly feeding my eyes on those things, they're going to become thoughts, then they're going to become action or words, and they're going to be actions and habits, and I didn't need that. I stopped, I don't know if Pinterest was around when I started my journey, but had it been, and had I been, searching for and repinning recipes of, cakes and pies and donuts and, yummy, nummy holiday treats and pastas and, all those things. There's consequences when you focus your attention on something. There were consequences for me. I was a big foodie. I had hundreds and hundreds of cookbooks. We have. I'm almost. Yeah, I am. I am ashamed of how many cookbooks I had. What I spent my money on at that point, but things I didn't need. But I got rid of all of my cookbooks. I just took them all to Goodwill. Not all of them, but the ones that focused on pies and pastries and tarts and, all those things that I was willingly taking out of my life. Because my journey is such, and I've made the decision, and I made the decision back then, that I'm done being one of those people that says, I can't wait till I'm off this thing. I just can't wait until I'm off this thing so I can eat normal again. I can't wait till I'm off this thing so I can have my pie again. I just can't wait till I'm off this thing so I can, eat the way I used to eat. No, if I eat the way I used to eat, I will get as big as I used to be. And that's not me anymore. That's not my life. Even when I was that big, I didn't feel like my insides matched my outsides. I do now. I feel authentically me now. As a healthy weight individual, and my life is what I want it to be. I've organized my life around what matters most to me. My health, my family, my community, but it starts with me, and then it ripples outwards. So I started on my journey. I don't want to say it started with me like I'm some, self-centered, always thinking about me. I am always thinking about how best to take care of me so that I can take care of my family. And I couldn't do that at 272 pounds. I was not emotionally available for anyone, not even myself. So, all that to say, it really does start with our minds and our thoughts and taking captive our thoughts, literally. If we see that our minds are wandering in a direction that is not going to be beneficial for us to go, stop. Start thinking about something else that's going to be beneficial. Start having a list of things that you can think about, that you can do, not just thinking, well, I can't think about that, because then you're going to think about it. Oh, I hear the train. Do you hear that? That's our lovely neighborhood train. I'm going to let it go by. My son loves the train. I mean, he'll be at any point in the house, and he will run through the house to the window and try and watch the guardrails go down, and then watch the train pass, and the guardrails go up, and it's just no matter what we're doing, it's always run to the window when you hear the train. So I do like the train, not at 4 in the morning, but I've learned to tune it out at 4 in the morning. So anyway, this is getting long, so I'm gonna close out. But just remember, look up those quotes and really make them your own. Guard your thoughts. Really guard your thoughts. Guard your self-talk. Guard your words. Guard then your actions, and then guard your habits, and guard your values, and then guard your destiny, because you have more control over it than you probably think you do. And it starts with the thoughts. All right, have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.